The world population exceeded a staggering 8 billion people in 2022, as stated by the United Nations. That's 8 billion individuals, each one unique in their own way. Despite our infinite differences, we all have one thing in common. No matter what we look like, where we come from, or what God we believe in, we're all going to die. Let's discuss the 10 most interesting facts and stories about death. Almost 70 million people die yearly, and the top cause of deaths worldwide is heart attacks, accounting for a whopping 10% of all deaths. Following closely behind are respiratory conditions. However, for young folks between the ages of 15 and 30, the most common and tragic cause of death is accidents. Ever heard of a micromort? It's a fascinating unit of risk that allows us to measure and compare the riskiness of daily activities. One micromort is 1 in a million chance of death. Traveling 400 kilometers by car exposes us to 1 micromort. If you're riding a motorcycle, however, every 10 kilometers you cover exposes you to 1 micromort. That means riding a motorcycle is a whopping 40 times riskier than driving a car. Now let me ask you this. In your opinion, would driving a car be more or less dangerous than being on a plane? The answer might shock you. Millions of people are afraid of planes and even refuse to get on one, claiming that it's too risky and dangerous. Well, every 10,000 kilometers on a plane expose you to a single micromort. You heard me right. Driving a car is 25 times riskier than being on a plane. In comparison, climbing Mount Everest, one of the most dangerous activities known to man, exposes you to 40,000 micromorts. Let that sink in. The most common indirect cause of death is old age. Old age itself isn't a direct cause of death, but as our bodies grow older, they become weaker and more vulnerable. If we ever figure out how to slow down or reverse the aging process, it would undoubtedly be humanity's greatest achievement. Surprisingly though, a certain species of jellyfish, the Turritopsis dohrnii, already has a trick up its sleeve. When these biologically immortal jellyfish are exposed to damage or starvation, they revert back into a polyp, effectively resetting their development process. Scientists are closely studying this incredible phenomenon, hoping to unlock its secrets for our own benefit. The human brain is the most complicated organ that nature has ever created, having over 100 billion nerve cells. It is simply strange and fascinating. While some mental disorders are harmless, others can be very dangerous and result in unexplainable behaviors and actions. Cotard's delusion, also known as the walking corpse syndrome, is one of the rarest and strangest mental disorders. A person affected by this disorder mainly holds the belief that they are dead. Sometimes, they even believe that they do not even exist. 45% in fact believe that they are simply non-existent. The other 55% believe that since they are already dead, nothing can kill them again, and thus that they are immortal. In one of the cases, an anonymous woman known as Mademoiselle X decided to stop eating because she believed she is immortal and nothing would kill her. Tragically, that woman would later on die of starvation. Did you know that you can actually rent mourners for your own funeral? It might sound unusual, but in the UK, Ian Robertson established a company called Rent a Mourner back in 2012. For 45 British pounds per hour, you could hire fake mourners who would weep and grieve during the funeral, making it seem like the deceased was genuinely popular. These mourners would even familiarize themselves with the life of the departed, allowing them to converse with friends and relatives as if they truly knew the person. I'm definitely hiring one to mysteriously stand in the distance with sunglasses on to make it seem like I was hiding a dark secret. The average American person lives to be approximately 75 years old. The oldest person ever, however, was Jeanne Calment. Jeanne, a French woman, lived an astonishing 122 years and 164 days, from 1875 to 1997. As of April 2023, the current oldest living person is Maria Brañas Morera, an American-Spanish woman who was born on March 4th, 1907. Would you want to live that long? Tell us in the comments below. When it comes to burial practices, different cultures have their unique ways of saying goodbye to their loved ones. In Cavite, a village in the Philippines, People opt for an extraordinary method. They bury their dead in hollow tree trunks. The indigenous folks of Cavite even have the opportunity to select the tree that will become their final resting place before their passing. The tree is then hollowed out, and the deceased is laid to rest within it. It's a profound connection between nature and the cycle of life. Remember our discussion about the risks of climbing Mount Everest? It's considered one of the most dangerous activities, with many lives lost each year. Tragically, most of the climbers who perish during the ascent are left untouched and ignored. Due to the difficulties involved in carrying the bodies down, they are often left behind. In a near turn of events, some of these bodies now serve as checkpoints for other climbers. One notable example is a popular checkpoint called Green Boots. It's a sad reminder of the risks and sacrifices made in the pursuit of conquering the world's highest peak. We've all heard stories of people who have briefly died but miraculously came back to life. One such case is that of Velma Thomas, a woman from West Virginia. After suffering a heart attack, Velma had no measurable brainwaves for over 17 hours, according to her doctors. Despite all attempts to save her, including lowering her body temperature in an attempt to stimulate the brain through hypothermia, she was eventually declared dead. However, around 10 minutes after being taken off life support, she inexplicably returned to life, leaving the medical community astounded. This mysterious incident remains unexplained to this day. The majority of individuals who survive a clinical death often recount extraordinary encounters. Near-death experiences are predominantly positive, characterized by feelings of freedom and serenity. Survivors claim to have felt their souls leave their bodies, encountering angels, lost loved ones, or even a divine presence like God. In recent times, scientists have been exploring the connection between near-death experiences and a substance called DMT. This psychedelic compound alters one's sense of reality and emotions, often leading to powerful hallucinations. The hypothesis is that when we die, our brains are flooded with DMT, giving rise to the profound near-death experiences reported by survivors. Although still unproven, it presents a fascinating avenue of research. Drop a like and make sure to check out this next video we have for you.